All right, Mitch, thank you. Now to a new letter from a possible whistleblower in the Hunter Biden investigation. An IRS agent overseeing the agency's investigation into the president's son has raised red flags to Congress about alleged meddling in the probe. Now, that agent is now asking for whistleblower protections. White House correspondent Allison Harris has the story. Allison, good morning.
Good morning, Kelly. This morning, Republican lawmakers are calling this deeply concerning, saying that Congress needs to hear from this supposed Hunter Biden whistleblower immediately. Attorney Mark Lytle is telling multiple media outlets that an IRS agent who supervises a tax fraud case involving the president's son has knowledge of alleged mishandling and preferential treatment in the probe. In a letter and several interviews, this attorney is asking for whistleblower protection for his client to be able to speak to Congress about what he knows. Congressman Jason Smith of the House Ways and Means Committee is responding, stating that he looks forward to sitting down with this person promptly to better understand the scope and the detail of the concerns that are being raised, adding that the committee takes this seriously. Now, a spokesperson for the White House is saying in a statement to NewsNation that since President Biden took office and consistent with his campaign promise, the president said he would restore the independence of the Justice Department when it comes to decision-making in criminal investigations. President Biden has made clear that this matter would be handled independently by the Justice Department under the leadership of a U.S. attorney who was appointed by former President Trump, free from any political interference by the White House. That spokesperson saying that President Biden is upholding that commitment.
We're letting Department of Justice handle this. That's what an administration does when they believe in the rule of law, when they believe that the Department of Justice is independent. That's what the president believes. This is something for the Department of Justice. This is an issue that they're dealing with, and we leave that to them.
Attorney General Merrick Garland has also vowed not to get involved in that investigation in testimony before the Senate Judiciary Committee last month.
I have pledged not to interfere with that investigation, and I have carried through on my pledge.
And federal prosecutors have been looking into the president's son, into Hunter Biden and his potential tax fraud for several years now, since 2018. But no charges have been filed. There is an ongoing Republican-led investigation we've been reporting on Capitol Hill into the Biden family's finances, as well as their business dealings. Kelly?
So, Allison, and you know this, there are now concerns being raised that Secretary of State Anthony Blinken helped create a letter signed by dozens of former intelligence officials just before the 2020 presidential election to discredit the Hunter Biden laptop story and help get President Biden elected. So what do we know right now?
NewsNation has obtained this letter. It's from the House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan, as well as House Intelligence Chairman Mike Turner. It is sent to Secretary Anthony Blinken, asking for some materials and information about that letter. It was signed by more than 50 ex-intelligence officials, arguing that the Hunter Biden laptop story was actually Russian disinformation, that it had, quote, all the classic earmarks of a Russian information operation. That letter came out in October 2020, just weeks before the presidential election. Jordan and Turner believe that that suppressed the laptop story and also influenced the election. A White House spokesperson is responding, saying in a statement to NewsNation that House Republicans keep weaponizing their power to relitigate the 2020 election in what he calls a wacky strategy to get on conservative media outlets. We have asked for comment from Hunter Biden's legal team, and we haven't heard back at this time, Kelly.
All right, Allison, thank you for that report.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.